friends, and welcome to Kenn's Wild Tea, where we break down and dish out the tea on your favorite anime. I'm Wildcard,
And I'm Kenn.
and today we will be discussing The Devil is a Part-Timer, Season 1, or for those of you who watched by episode number 1 through 13.
Before we begin, please keep in mind that all of our breakdowns are based off the English dub. Also, we will be discussing major plot points, so this is your official spoiler warning.
Hey guys, so yes, we changed things up. No, this is not a Reddit story. This is not going to be another Reddit story. We are not doing any more Reddit stories. It's not happening. Not doing them. We are changing it up. We want to do stuff that we actually enjoy talking about. So we went with anime because both of us love anime. It won't just be anime. We will 100% be doing Miraculous Ladybug at some point. We will be doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I would say it's any animated show, movie, whatever we decide, but it'll probably be based on an animated entertainment.
Yeah, just like worldwide animation.
Yeah.
So where its origin is from, it'll be.
It's us, and we enjoy cartoons as well as anime,
Yes.
and we don't
Yes.
care where it comes from. It's
Exactly.
awesome. So we decided to start this one off with The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 1. The reason for this is the second season has started to be released, and we wanted to kind of do this one so we can watch that second season later on, because I'm excited for it. I watched this show, this anime, twice before this podcast, so this is the third time I watched it for this podcast, so I'm excited. I love this anime. I forgot how much I love this anime until I watched it again.
No, it like general concise of like this whole thing. Like it was a very good anime.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it, and I made the mistake of watching because like the first couple episodes are in season 2 are dubbed, and I watched them by accident. And they're pretty good.
Don't tell me anything.
I know, and I didn't mean to watch them. I realized like what episodes I was like, oh, how many episodes do I have left? Because like I was just like watching and like doing something else at the same time, and then I looked at the episode. It was like season 2, episode 2, and I was like, oh no! So I like turned off my TV, and I was like, oh
You're
no,
like, no, God damn
must stop, bar must stop.
But yes, so the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna give you guys kind of a brief summary about each episode, a little bit of what happened, like a very, very brief summary of each episode. There's 13 episodes in this first season of this anime. And yeah, so we're gonna start off with a brief summary. We're gonna give you also a bit of our opinion of each episode, whether we thought it was like mostly just filler or whether it was entertaining, whether it was kind of annoying, that kind of stuff. And then when we're done, we're going to give you our broad opinions of the anime, what we'd like to point out, what we did and didn't like about it, all that kind of stuff. Then we're going to give you the news part of it, if you will. Letting you know when the next season is. Do they plan on making a next season? What's going on with that kind of stuff? Obviously, there's a next season. I already brought it up. So did Kenn. But still, like, we get to break it down for you guys, give you guys some updates and whatnot. And then we'll also discuss a bit about the next anime we plan on watching, what's going on with that, so you guys can also potentially watch it, so that way you guys will be ready for next month's podcast. Again, guys, we are only going to be releasing this once a month. The way we're going to do it is we're going to release it either the first or the first weekend of the month, every month. So if it's not out on the first, expect it on the weekend. And that's when it will be released. And yeah,
we are people with real life.
Yes, we do have real lives. We both have real jobs. We have to.
We are not in these boxes like indefinitely. Like, we have real lives. So
yes, so we do have to work around them. We are trying to make it on a typical schedule so we can manage it more, get it recorded and edited way beforehand. So all I have to do is set it up. but it doesn't always work that way. Things don't always go that way. So hence why this is coming out the first week end of the month rather than the first day of the month. So if it doesn't come out on the 1st, please expect it the first weekend of that month. Just gives us that extra little buffer just in case. But there will be an episode, there will be a podcast every month. I will guarantee that no matter what.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. Like, it also makes it a lot more easier for any of our inconvenience weeks when we were trying to do it every other. There was a lot of the times we couldn't because we weren't available. Or like we had plans that week or the week before and we just couldn't make up the time based on what was going on. And then my mental health was not helping either.
Yeah.
And I'm
mental health
sick.
Is important. You need to take care of it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, me being sick on and off, it's one of those struggles. Which, if you couldn't tell, I am still getting over my illness. So please bear with it. If I don't sound my normal self, that is why. But yes. So let's get into the fun, shall we?
Yeah, let's dive in. I'll let you take the reins and I'll just nitpick as we go. You know what I mean? Your notes are probably 10 times better than mine.
I wouldn't say that.
Really?
I wouldn't say that. They get better the farther we go.
That's funny. Mine are the opposite.
Because a 1 to 5 only has like maybe 5 to 6 comments max.
Oh, really?
And then after that, it gets a lot longer. So,
oh man,
let's see. We'll switch. Is what we'll do. At episode 5, I will take. At episode 6, I will really take over, and then at episode 1 to 5, you will be the main.
Okay, well, if you want me to guide the horse,
well, I will start with.
If you want me to guide Doulahan, I will do so.
But yeah, so I will start off with my things and then you can add to it because the very first episode I went very, very fucking basic.
Okay, go for it. What's your basic comments?
Well, first, let's introduce the characters. So, the main characters for these ones, we've got 4 main characters at least until the halfway point. The 4 main characters is Satan or Sadao Mao in the modern Japan era. Asiel, am I saying that right? Asiel?
I think it's all. There's like an Alciel in his name, so I think
that's the way I pronounce. That's the way I typed it. I just didn't pronounce it right. That's why.
I think it's. I'm not. I think it's Alciel, but I'm not really sure.
And then his Japan name is Shiro Ashia. I'm so bad at this. Again,
you're so bad at this.
Again, guys, this is the dubbed, so if it's not the exact same in the subbed, please bear in mind we're doing it based on the dubbed. The hero Amelia, or Emmy Yusa, hers is the easiest fucking name.
Such a good code name, Emmy. Like
Emmy
really
Yusa.
The hero.
Emmy, you're so easy. I love it. And then we've got the love interests. One of them. Which is Chiyo Saki. I think that Saki's Saki?
I don't know. I just call her Chi.
It's Chi. It's Chi or Chiyo. Which I've put love interest ? Because she is supposed to be a love interest, but at the same time, there's a lot of them.
Mine would just be annoyance.
But yes, so the way the first episode lays out is the 3 main characters are in the middle of a battle with each other, and the story laid out about their original world, where Satan, being the demonic man he is
the Demon King.
The Demon King, indeed. He is trying to conquer the world as they know it. Where, of course, Emmy and her human and other races companions are like, fuck that, we don't like you, we getting you out of here, and start attacking them back. To the point where they do manage to actually do some damage. They do take 3 of the 4 separate continents from the main one, back, and end up going to attack the main island, not the continents around it, just the main island. It's the shape of a compass. What the fuck is in the shape of a compass? Did you notice that, Ken?
No, I didn't. And all this information you're telling me right now is something I didn't even know. So here we are.
But yes, so Satan has 4 generals to his command. I don't remember all of them, but there's Asiel, Lucifer, and then 2 others. I don't remember their name. I'm sure
the other 2 are important right now. It's fine.
they aren't. They aren't important in this season of the anime. I'm sure they'll come up in season 2, or they won't, and we'll find out. But the story actually says that Lucifer dies. Amelia takes out Lucifer during the battles to get to to Satan, the demon lord himself. The first episode has so much information.
I know. And it's all in that silly language where you have to read really fast, and it's like, yo, I did not sign up for this.
So even if you, for those of you that don't somehow know and didn't watch this yet, again, obvious spoilers, but the first episode is like half subbed. Just an FYI, because no matter what, you're gonna read subtitles. It's in another language.
Yeah, it's in their like made up demon or angel language that they have. What's their world called again?
I don't remember. I don't have it written down. Google. Go, Ken. Google.
Okay, hold on. I got this. Hey, Google. What is their world called in The Devil is a Part-Timer? That's not what I asked! They say it in the show like 50 times.
Ante Isla.
Yeah, thank you.
They really do, and the fact that we forgot about it is
annoying. I know, so bad, so bad.
But yes, so Ente Isla is their original world. This whole conflict and war is going on. And then before they cut to modern Japan, or at least that's what it says, they get to a point where Amelia, the hero Amelia, the main protagonist, one of the main protagonists, ends up getting on a head-to-head battle with Satan. And surprisingly, she's kicking his ass. I don't know how the fuck she's kicking his ass, but she's kicking his ass.
Because she's the hero.
And she cuts off one of his horns, and it immediately disintegrates. The fact that she didn't actually do a deadly blow and just cuts off the horn was stupid as fuck. Yeah. But yes.
You should have went for the head.
I know, right? She did, but just not where it mattered. But yes, so she ends up doing some damage to Satan, and he flees into a port. And with Asiel, what the fuck, that word. Asiel, thank you.
Yeah.
With Asiel. And they go through a portal and pop out into quote-unquote modern Japan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that's actually accurate. It's kind of accurate, I guess. It's Japan in every anime, mostly. And they, of course, have a language barrier, but they understand the humans on Earth. And they have to manage to learn and figure out what the hell's going on. And in doing so, they get caught by cops because they're underage foreigners in quote-unquote cosplay. I would not say that was cosplay, but it's me. Cosplayer here. But yes, so they were... Satan got transformed from his big demon form into a child, and Asiel got transformed into a human as well. So they once demon became human, and started to have to deal with his human body and the fact that he actually had to eat.
Yeah.
So yes, they end up going into the police station, get questioned by the cops because, of course, they are injured still, injured kids on the street, and end up the demon lord Satan hypnotizes the cops to learn more about the world. Again, sorry guys, I know this one's a little long. But it's because it's the first episode, so everything happens.
Yeah, it's like the
everything happens.
Yeah, the whole world just gets blasted into your eyeballs all at once.
So they have no way of getting more magic, so they have to use their magic wisely. And Satan uses it to learn as much as he could from the police officer before saving Asiel from his police officer, and then they leave, hypnotizing both of the cops.
Because in this modern day Japan, they can't replenish their magic because the people don't believe in like demonic and angels as much as they do back in their anti-Isla world, so they can't get their magic or replenish it because there just isn't any.
Or that they know of, at least.
Yeah.
At least they don't know in this first episode.
No.
So the first episode is them kind of settling in, figuring out what the hell they're doing and whatnot. And they end up getting a shithole apartment, as they like to call it, where it's just a room, and they are renting from a wonderful landlady that calls herself Me Kitty, or tells them to call her that. She's an interesting one. Let's just say that.
Yeah, honestly, when her character was introduced, I knew there was something going on, which we'll find out later on in the season. I was like, there's something about this lady that we're gonna find out.
Obvious.
Yeah,
anyway.
like there's like your hat's a dead giveaway, lady. Like
something is up with you. But yes, she stands out. She's a very prominent lady, but you don't meet her right away. You meet her kind of like later on in it. I don't think she's introduced until episode 2.
Who, sorry?
I think it's episode 2 for the landlady. Like, she's talked about, but I don't think she's actually introduced until season 2.
Yeah,
episode 2.
I'm not sure. But you did skip a very good part when they're at the police station. Or not the police station, when they're trying to get their house. They're looking for a place to live. And they're like beating at each other in their language because like Asiel's starting to freak out, and then like Satan's like, whoa, chill, we'll be fine. And then he looks at the real estate agent, he's like, all right, bro, I am getting the grooving. Just like,
the fucking language barrier is
I know. It's almost like a Russian accent. It was really weird. Like he was like, I'm getting the grooving.
The first episode was hilarious as hell, just for that. Like,
yeah, I know.
Their language barrier was hilarious, and then
they start like the things that they name everything. Like they start calling their house their castle.
Yeah.
Freaking Mao calls his bike fucking Doulahan. Best character in the whole show is that fucking bike Doulahan. Love it.
So yes, because to them, like it's a horse. It's their chariot in a way.
Yeah.
So yes.
Or when Asiel thinks that he conjured the taxi to show.
Oh my god, yes. He's like, I'll try to use magic, and then immediately lifts his hand up, thinking he's using magic, and pulls up a taxi. He's like, I did it. And Satan's like, no, you didn't.
No, he's like, no, I don't think that's how it works.
Which is hilarious as fuck. This whole first episode makes it so funny, so comedic, and I love it. And then you get introduced into the fact that he is a part-timer at, what was it, McRonald's?
McRonald's, yeah. So McDonald's.
It's
literally a knockoff
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
It's literally McDonald's.
It is. But yeah, it's Mig Ronald's. It's not Mick.
It's Mig.
Mig. It's
Mig?
a G.
Okay.
I know for a fact it's a G. Why did I just hear a notification from my Discord? Shut up, Discord.
Bing bong.
I'll deal with that later. But yes. So, first episode, absolutely amazing, entertaining as fuck. Don't you agree, Ken? Anything else you needed to add that I missed?
Yeah. Also, big miraculous scene, the fucking umbrella scene.
No, that didn't happen until second season.
It happened in this episode.
Hold on. Let me look through my notes.
It happened this episode.
Sure. Oh, and on top of that, Asya is a deadbeat. And no, Emmy is introduced in this. Oh, sorry. She is just a stranger that he lends an umbrella. And the
Yes,
next
that's what I was getting
episode,
at. That's what I was
she
getting
is
at.
actually introduced.
Yes, but
Sorry.
that's what I was getting at. I was like, LOL, miraculous spoof.
Kind of. But yes, so he's on Delahan, his horse,
Doulahan.
Doulahan. I always
His
say
noble steed, Doulahan.
yes, his noble steed. He's on it, on his way to work with an umbrella over his head. How the fuck he manages to ride with an umbrella over his head without turning it inside out, I do not understand. But it's anime, whatever. And then Emmy is running up with her purse over her head because it's raining.
Yeah, because that's gonna
right
do it
up
for you.
next to him. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to give you this umbrella. And literally states, you can toss it out for all I care. Which is funny, because it comes up later. And that is pretty much how the first episode goes. Is it you find out he's working at McDonald's and whatnot. He does tell her
McDonald's.
it's literally what it is. He's a part-timer at McDonald's. Asiel does not have a job. He's a deadbeat that can't keep a job.
No. He's given a task to look for a way to get their magic back, but he like spends all of his time just being a fucking stay-at-home mom. Like that's basically what happens.
Kinda. I wouldn't say he spends all of his time being a stay-at-home mom.
The majority of it.
He's a bit of a lazy bitch, but
not as lazy
as someone we find out about later.
As you wait. Oh.
But yes, so that's the first episode. I loved it. It was comedic, and it gets you into it. You're like, how the fuck did this badass dude become a part-timer at McDonald's? Like, a McDonald's of all things.
I know, it's like him turning into a human when he got to Japan, like, almost, like, humanized him completely.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He became the modern teenager, but somehow didn't actually register as a teenager.
No.
He is considered an adult. They registered him as an adult, and same with Asiel. And yeah, it's sad. I'd say like they're at least 19, 21, something like that, what they registered at. I'm guessing it's 21 because the whole episode later on. I know you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know. It's that last stupid episode.
The one that shouldn't even be there.
It really shouldn't have. It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
It's okay.
But yes, that was episode 1. I keep saying season. It's not that season. Ken, what is your opinion of episode 1? I literally said I keep saying it and I did it again.
No complaints. Like you were saying, the comedics kind of start like right away, and they kind of just like get you right into there. I don't know. It just like it introduces you to all like the characters that are important right off the bat. Like there's no like waiting to introduce characters. Like throughout the whole season, like Asiel and Mal and Chi and Emmy are going to be playing like big parts throughout the whole season. And it's nice that in the first episode they introduce all of them. Like I know they don't get really into like who Emmy is
or Chi,
and they don't really, Chi either.
Is just another worker at the moment. Like
at the moment, yes, but like they still introduce those characters a little bit. You know what I mean? And I believe at the very end of the episode they give a little bit more of Emmy because I do have written down in my notes. I'm quoting my notes right now. Girl who he gave an umbrella to turns out to be the hero Amelia.
Oh, I think it's because at the very end of that episode, they cut back to them in... No, that's the very beginning of the next episode, I think.
I was pretty on top of my notes, trust me.
Okay, well, at some point, they cut back to back in Isla...
Oh, and her going through the portal.
Of her taking off her helmet being white-haired, not pink,
Mm.
and taking off her helmet and going through the portal with one of her comrades. Except one of them supposedly didn't make it. But yes. And that's where we cut to episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because it literally goes right into the same pretty much thing where Emmy gets really introduced.
Yes, this is kind of more of like, last episode was more of like the devil's episode, whereas this episode more is like Emmy's episode.
Yeah, the devil, his comrade, and Q-Chi, the adorable, like, pink tail, big boobed character.
God. This character is everything I hate about Emmy.
She is a 16-year-old high school girl.
Yeah.
Mao is totally...
Yeah, we're going to take a long pause on that comment you just made.
According to registry, Mao is pedophile. Mao should not be interested in kids.
No, it's okay. We'll just continue. It's fine.
Anyway,
we're not gonna get into it. It's fine.
But yes, okay. So Chiyo, she is a cute, adorable girl that is failing at her job, but still has it. Like most people that don't know what the fuck they're doing at the job. But she's also a very big klutz that drops a lot of fries on the ground, apparently. 3 baskets of fries. But yes, so a incident ends up happening at work where Mao is about to use magic.
Yes.
On the fry cook thing.
He wants to be that A-list employee so bad, and if he doesn't fix this fry cook, he may not get it.
Because they're selling pepper fries.
Yes, like, the hot new sell list. And if he doesn't fix his machine, they will not sell those fries.
Even though, like, and it's not just any machine; it's the pepper fry machine.
It's the pepper fry machine. They won't be able to make them.
Why can't you just make them in the other fry cook machine? Like, why?
Speaking from someone who worked in a fast food place,
I did too.
You can't just simply use a different machine.
When it comes to fries, yes, you can.
Not on pepper fries. They're different.
Sure.
They're cooked different. One cannot simply. As Ossiel says in like episode whatever, one cannot simply.
Anyway, but he goes to use the magic and then stops himself. And Emmy may have witnessed this.
Yep.
Because she was uncertain because he literally was just a normal human being. Otherwise. Yep. But when she notices that spell getting cast, that's when she clues in. Nah, that's Satan. I was right in my assumption that was fucking Satan. She is very aggressive to the point where she tries to kill Mao with a knife, and then they get fucking caught by a cop. And the cop thinks that they're dating.
First of all, though, she explains to him that she knows that he's a devil. She's like, oh, well, I gave you my umbrella yesterday, and she's like, yeah, I know you're the devil. And he's like, what? And she's like, I saw you trying to use magic. You were gonna use magic. She like Karen'd his ass.
Yes, like, she really did. And then, she pulled out a knife on him. And goes to attack him, and he of course avoids it. And then they get caught by a fucking cop.
Yeah. First offense of someone calling them a couple, by the way, of the season.
Immediately, they get accused of being a couple, and the fact that they're breaking up, and she wants nothing to do with him, that kind of bullshit. And they go into the whole like, if you don't want to date, you don't do it by killing each other. Like,
yeah, it's just not how you do it, guys.
And Emmy, of course, is super embarrassed, and Sadow's just like, whatever, this is just another typical day for him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're just digging yourself another grave. I'm not gonna say a damn thing.
No.
And the weird thing is, with that whole situation, is they sit them next to each other. Even though she's literally trying to kill him, they sit
Yeah,
them
I
next
know.
to each other. Like, why?
It's like, come on, guys, hold hands. It's fine.
But yes. Um, then they end up, like, getting, like, space out. Emmy starts following them around for a bit. And stalking them. Literal stalker material going on
literally
here.
follows him home. Like,
Follows him
geez.
home, sits outside of his house, waits for any possible outcome. And I mean any. The second they leave, she follows him. The second he comes back, she follows him. The second that they're back, she's sitting there. She even avoids all plans with her bestie because of it.
Yeah.
Which makes...
I know, she keeps on like, no, she's like, want to go get food? No. Let's go get food? No. Want to go for lunch? No. I got boys to stalk.
Like, really, that's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
To the point where the best friend now thinks that she's dating someone.
Yeah.
So second take of someone thinking,
Yes.
oh, they a couple, but don't actually know that they're a couple.
Or like not, she's not like dating someone, but she's like interested in someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
she's
one
seeking
of those
somebody
things.
out. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing. And of course, Emmy's like, what the fuck's going on with this dude? And confronts him. And when they confront, they're attacked by a mystery person. And it seemed like it's a sniper, but the bullets are magical?
Yeah, they're magical bullets. Yes.
I know they are, but like that's
okay.
that's the way it was assumed in the episode. It was like, I don't think those were real bullets, kind of thing going on, and question mark magic, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And that's where that episode kind of ended, was that them getting attacked.
Okay, but after they get attacked, though, they go back to the boys' castle.
Oh yes, Emmy fucking dropped her wallet on the runaway. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So she goes back to the boys' castle, and I spent the whole time just writing down quotes to Ossiel. So okay, so I said, Ossiel once said, "You can't just party the night away with this fuchsia-haired floozy." His evilness, and most, but not least, I dislike this one. After Emmy finished talking about her speech.
And yes, so she gets locked out of home, ain't able to get home because she needs to take the train back, but has no money, has no way of getting back in and whatnot because she drops her wallet, and has to spend the night. Mao, being his nice self, actually, yeah, his nice human self, which makes no sense.
Yes,
Satan here.
Nice human self.
Lends her some money to take the next bus home. Or train, whatever it ends up being. I remember him saying bus, but I think it would be train would be the actual way she'd get home. But
I remembered it being bus too, so maybe it was bus.
Bus is what they said, but she's always going to the train station. So it makes no sense to me. Like, it's one of those things. Whatever. And yes, his Doulahan got left at the scene, which is important later.
Right. Yes.
Very important later. Was it that episode or was it the other episode?
For what?
When that comes in handy. I think it's this episode, right? Or is it the next episode?
I can't remember.
I think it's the next episode. We'll just leave it at the next episode. I'll add it in there in the next episode. If it's not, guys, my apologies. It's this episode. But yeah. Bike gets left behind. Emmy does leave in the morning, but after getting insulted and crying herself to sleep, pretty much, finds out Mao has the same laundry detergent as her and uses the same laundry detergent as her. Weirdo. Again, stalker.
How dare he be as clean as me?
But yeah, she cries herself to sleep. Wakes up the morning.
On a pillow of magazines.
Wakes up the next morning, being the nice hero she is, she makes them some vegetables, which literally just looks like cucumber, done in a specific way. I don't know what they did with it.
Oh yeah.
Leaves, locks the door, and throws the key through the window,
Mm-hmm.
being the respectful person that she is, so that way she's not stealing the key, and two, it's not like getting found by someone else, and yeah.
Yep.
But yes, so that was the second episode. It was again more story, and it gave you a little bit of mystery. And which
Yeah, so for this episode, like we again got most of Emmy's story, or not most of it. Sorry, we got some of Emmy's story and what she does. We got a little glimpse into a friendship that she has with Rika.
her journey through the portal.
Yes, her journey through the portal, what her job is.
Yes.
Where I think it showed some of her apartment too, did it not? Where she lives as well. I'm pretty sure it did.
I don't know, because I think it never really did, because it was either at her job, stalking, or her at their house.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless, we still got a lot of like Emmy content.
Yeah, and then the whole thing with going through the portal where she was supposed to go with someone but was stuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
So Mao actually felt bad for her because of that.
Yeah.
Because she had to learn
sympathy
about this world all by herself.
Yeah, whereas he had, like, obviously had Alciel with him to help him with that. One thing we forgot to mention with the last two episodes is that we've had Mal mentioning that there have been, like, little baby earthquakes here and there.
Oh, yes. There has been little earthquakes throughout the first two episodes. I think it was more the second one than it was the first one.
I have my notes. There was one in the first episode, and I think one in this episode.
No, there was at least two in the second one.
Okay, well, regardless. Yeah, there was definitely one in the first episode. Because it was, like, just a tiny one. Like, Alciel didn't even notice it, and Mal was like, oh, yeah, that's one.
Because, yeah, the first one was at the
oh, yeah, there was
restaurant.
two, because... Yeah, there was two, because then she texted Mal at the end of the episode. Did he not?
I think it was that one. I think it was that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so there was the first one, which was at the restaurant, which I think was the first episode. The second one happened where it was at their apartment, and then there was only two, because it brought up the subject of a third one, but it never actually happened. Because it was the text message. So the very end of that episode is Chi asking to talk to Mao about what to do during an earthquake, because she was getting a little worried. And yeah, that was the second episode. So we did find out a bit about Emmy, and yeah. Next one. And it starts out fun, guys. Mystery person who shot them calls Emmy at work.
Oh, yeah, a little, like, voice manipulation.
A little voice manipulation, calls Emmy at work. While she's at work, she, of course, being Emmy, cannot control her emotions and freaks out on the person at work. Starts out cool and collected, but then makes a comment that immediately gets everyone's attention, being like, what the fuck? Because she's not good at that.
No. Zero chill.
And then Chio goes on a date with Mao.
Okay, but before she goes on a date with Mao, she's still having the text with him in the morning.
Yes.
Right?
And
she's all like up in her head's all fuzzy and warm because she's all excited that she's going on this like kind of date with Mao in her head. And then her mom calls from the kitchen, and I have it in quotations. She says, Chiho, are you working today? And Chiho literally fucking chokes. Because it literally goes, Chiho, are you working today? And she goes, no! Like she
yes, because she was brushing her teeth at the same time. So all the...
She like chokes because she was in like her like euphoria land in her head, like thinking about Mal, and then
while she was brushing her teeth of all things.
Yeah.
so all the fucking foam of the toothbrush goes down her throat.
Yes. gosh.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah.
The little things. So yes, that happens. And then Chio, of course, goes out, gets a new dress, does a hairstyle, a typical thing a girl would do when they are obsessed with someone.
Yes.
And wants their attention, is dolls themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
And Asiel, being himself, is like, no, you cannot go to like that to Mao, and brings them out shopping as well. In all honesty, I liked one of the outfits before the final one, and I was mad that they didn't choose it. The one with glasses. Are we in agreement with that one?
Sorry, I kind of like spaced out for a second. Say that one more time, sorry.
When Asiel and Mao are going out shopping to dress Mao up for his portion of the date, the outfits that they scrolled through, the second one when he's in the glasses and it's like a vest, like, that was perfect. Why not do that one? Get rid of the glasses that he hot as fuck. Why?
I kind of liked the last one he was in.
I liked it too, but like that one was better. I liked the one with the glasses better.
You missed a very good scene though before they go into
I haven't finished my notes. Give me a second.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but yes.
There was a scene before this that you missed.
Oh, I definitely missed it. Go for it.
Okay, so Emmy's at work, or she's like coming out of work. She gets a phone call. She then has to go down to the police station and bail these motherfuckers out of prison.
Yes, that's the one.
She has to post bail. Okay.
For the bike.
and she's like freaking out and like losing her shit. And then
so the whole reason she's got to post bail is because the police did end up investigating the whole shooting area where they got shot at, and actually identified Mao from his bike because his bike was left at the scene. So because of that, Emmy had to come bail them out because they called her instead of anyone else they could have called.
Yeah, I know. They're like, oh, we gotta call my boss, I guess. And then Asiel goes, no, we can't inconvenience your boss with something like this.
And then Emmy's like freaking out at them, like, why the hell would you call me? And like, it's our job as demons to fucking...
I know. And then she starts like fuming, and Asiel goes, Emmy, relax. Heroes aren't supposed to what is it? Oh yeah, Emmy, relax. Heroes aren't supposed to have nervous breakdowns.
But yes, the whole she kind of calms down a little bit when they make the comment being like, it's our job as demons to piss off the fucking hero, annoy the hero. And she starts to calm down a bit. She's like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then they finally get out of the prison. And this is before they go shopping.
And Emmy informs them.
And for what?
Emmy informs them about the phone call.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, they do inform her. She does inform them about the phone call. I can't remember exactly how that goes.
She just warns them that apparently they're targeting both of them.
Oh, okay.
And they do know about the fact that they're both hero and demon. That kind of stuff.
Then after that, they're talking about going shopping. And Asiel, I can't remember exactly what happens, but Asiel starts getting really upset about something again, as he does. And he starts whining about, like, how he needs, like, proper nutrition and proper exercise, and blah, blah, and then Mao literally looks at him and says, nobody cares about your stupid exercise routine.
Oh, that was because he brought it up during the whole fight with Emmy, because Emmy brought up the fact that there was no food in their fridge when she left.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah, and then he says, it's because I'm on a diet. He goes depressed mode.
He just starts freaking out.
He goes into,
like, oh my god, shut up.
He goes into depressed mode, and then on the way for their whole, like, walk and whatnot, yeah, Mao's like, dude, no one gives a shit. Like, let's continue.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, this fucking the comedic relief is constant.
I know. So good.
And yeah, so they end up going shopping and end up going for their date. And of course, what happens? Amelia and well, first it's Asiel.
Asiel's fine first.
Ends up stalking them on their date and watching them. And then Emmy finds him And yeah, that becomes even more interesting because now she's interested. Why the fuck is Satan with a fucking 16-year-old girl kind of
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, exactly. And then she starts like analyzing Chi's outfits, and then she looks at her boobs and she's like, "Wow, they're huge."
Yeah, I know, right?
And I have it in my notes and boobs.
And then Emmy makes comments about the fact that flat is better for fucking fighting and blah blah blah.
And then Ostiel's like, "I think you've lost me."
Not cluing in the fact that she's talking about breasts.
Yeah, no, he has no idea. He's like, "No."
And then on top of that, there was the whole Chio explaining the fact that she was hearing voices at the
Yes.
earthquake.
Yeah.
So the little earthquake that Stow felt was a bigger one at Chio's house when she got home from work. A bunch of her stuff was falling down. And then, yeah, she heard in her head the voices of someone talking in their home language.
Yeah.
And she understood
Which,
him, which made even more
yeah.
no sense. But, you know,
Yeah.
like that. That happened.
Which then Mal gets to realizing that like these aren't just like earthquakes, they're like magical
there's something
sonar
going
pulses.
on.
Yeah, they're
There's
pulses.
something
Yeah.
going on. And of course, Emmy shows up into the actual cafe, confronts the two of them and what's going on. And Chio, been all what the fuck, ends up getting in a fight with her, because she thinks that Emmy is his ex. Again, the whole relationship thing
Yeah,
that
she
isn't a
thinks that Emmy's
relationship.
being totally unfair, being like, how can you like say this about like Mr. Mal? You know what I mean? Like that's just really unfair. And then Emmy's like, dude, this is literally Satan and you are a 16-year-old girl. You have no freaking idea. And like she's just like, nah.
And she's like, get the fuck away from him. You have no reason to
Yeah.
be here. This is our date. You have nothing to do with him. Mal wants nothing to do with you. I want nothing to do with you. Why the fuck do I care what you say, kind of thing. All sorts of fun stuff.
Yep.
And then poof, earthquake.
Earthquake.
Earthquake! Another earthquake hits, and the whole cafe and stuff collapses because they were all underground.
Mm-hmm.
And Emmy has to put Chio to sleep after explaining the fact that no, they never dated. They just don't want anything to do with each other. Chio still doesn't believe her.
No. She's like, I know. She like literally looks at Emmy. She's like, I guess I'll believe you. Just like it's so.
She still doesn't believe her.
No.
And then yeah, so Emmy ends up putting her to sleep because she can tell Sadao is still there. And he is transformed into a demon form again. He has his powers back.
No explanation for it. It's just there.
Yeah, except Emmy is very confused because he saved everyone in the cafe.
Yeah, he's being a hero, and she's like, "This is really contradicting who you are, man."
And then
like...
not only did he save everyone in the cafe, he saved everyone that was underground. Yeah. Not a single person was injured in that collapse. And that was how that season or that episode fucking did it again ended. Was he was starting to free up the collapsed wreckage to get everyone out and saved everyone. And that was that. Again, funny as fuck, but entertaining at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
It never stopped.
As a whole, episode was great. I don't like Chiho at all. So like them being on that little date was just like god awful for me.
See, I'm so used to watching so many anime that are like that, so it's just like, this is nothing new. Like, Chiyo's funny. And
Chiyo is the one thing I hate about animes.
Just how like, often that happens.
She is the incarnate of the thing I hate about anime females. Big boobs, really high screechy voice.
Is that a problem? with
I'm
sexy
so cute and
voice.
innocent, I could do no wrong
Oh
kind
my
of
god,
like
Ken,
character.
you don't like high
Yes.
pitched voices? Hello.
No.
Do you hear my voice? Like
No, but like
big
I just
boobs,
like
high pitched. Ken.
no, but your voice isn't like your voice is not high pitched in
Well, it
comparison
depends
to.
what it depends like depends because I
Okay,
can be
anyway.
very very high pitched.
Anyway. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anime bitches. Um he it just like and again, it's just the fact that like Mao has no idea like what a date really is. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't
Well, he
like
does and he
understand.
doesn't. He does and he doesn't. He doesn't understand,
I don't
unfortunately.
think he understands what the commitment of one is though, because he goes into it so like willingly.
Yeah,
Like
and then
he's
he
just like,
says, "Yes, this is a date," and she's just like,
yeah,
"Really?"
which is fine. He like commits to it, but I don't think he fully wraps his head around what a date really like
Yeah,
is.
like I don't know. We don't know if he understood that that was yes.
No.
I have sexual
I've
feelings
yeah,
towards
I have
you.
romantic feelings for you. You know what I mean? Like that's I don't think he understands what that's what a date is. But I think Asiel does. And
Oh
that's why
yeah.
he took him
Oh
shopping.
yeah. He knew.
Asiel was like shipping them. He's like, yes, yes, yes. but uh but yeah, let's dive into the next episode. We need to find out where all this magic is coming from.
I
Why
know,
does Mao have his
right?
magic back? We need to figure this out.
So yes, Sadao did manage to save everyone in the entire accident. And then cue flashback.
Yeah, we're getting Emmy's past
More
now.
Emmy.
More Emmy stuff.
We find out that Emmy's father gets murdered. But before we find out that, Emmy is a half angel. We learned that. So she gets her powers from that. That's how she has her wonderful celestial powers. That ended up helping her kill some people and not killing some people. She's forced to leave her father to go train because the war has come to her homeland. And yes, while she's gone, her father gets killed. Her town is attacked, and she never sees her father again.
Yeah, so her town is attacked by General Lucifer and led by an army under um his command. Um
Satan's. Well, technically it's under Satan's command, but yes,
well,
Lucifer.
it's under Lucifer's command 'cause he's a general of that station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how
Lucifer was the
that's how
general
wars
that
work.
actually killed her father.
Well, killed the land in which her father lived on, and therefore killing her father. You know what I mean? So, like destroyed their crops, destroyed all their village,
Burned
everything
it
was set
to the
aflame.
ground.
Like it was destroyed and gone. So she blames Lucifer for doing that, which is why in the first episode she kills him.
She does. She kills Lucifer.
Yes. So that was a nice little thread because like it explains why she killed Lucifer in the first episode. You know what I mean? Like there was a little explanation for that. If like, and then this was the second when we watched that yesterday. That was the second time I watched it. I mean, the first time I watched it, I didn't put the two and two together when I did that the first time. The second time I watched it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
And then a whole bunch of shit doesn't make sense later on. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but,
later on being literally next episode.
yeah. No.
But yes, so that happens. We find out a little bit about why Emmy ended up fighting in the war, what's going on, why Emmy was able to become a hero, what's going on with all that. Get a little bit more of Emmy in a nutshell. We find out Sadao figures out that it was the mystery person that caused the accident. He clues into the fact that that's what was going on. And yeah, so they end up going into like kind of like figuring out some more shit. We get little glimpses of the fact that there's a whole bunch of muggings going on, a bunch of like terrible crimes going on, all small things but still crimes going on around the area in general. And they start like getting those kind of popping in and out, and they've kind of been doing that since episode 3, but that's when you like really start to notice them is then in episode 4 when they start popping them out every time they come up. Emmy ends up going home with her friend, and they kind of go into her friend's backstory a little bit too.
Yeah, which is like, and Emmy can kind of like connect with her friend's backstory a little bit, like not to like a T, but like she can like kind of draw comparisons, and it kind of like I feel like it makes Emmy feel closer to Rika, I think, in a sense.
Yeah, and then Rika ended up being from an area that ended up suffering from a really big earthquake that ended up doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And every person that she ended up talking to would always ask very difficult questions. But Emmy never did, and that's why Rika loved her so much and wanted to be best friends with her.
I think the one weird thing about that scene, though, is that, like, Rika pours Emmy a bath, and Emmy gets in it. And it's nice and warm and toasty. And I don't think Emmy is talking about the bath when she says this, but she, like, is talking, and she gets in the bath. And it's just, like, a weird little comment. She's sitting in the bath, and all she says... She's sitting in the bath, and all she says is this the power of the human heart? As she's, like, in the tub with all the warmth and stuff, and I'm like, well, that's corny.
And then on top of that, a feather falls from the sky and lands in the bath. But she doesn't feel it because it's invisible feather, but it does do that. Cue hint for later on.
Yes.
Which just makes that even creepier if you think about it.
Yeah, it does.
It makes that so fucking creepy.
Yep.
Like, wait, did that happen? Wait, was it? Oh no. But yes, and then unfortunately something happens. At some point they end up going back to Mao's house. I don't remember exactly what happened. Emmy literally breaks down in front of Mao.
Well, hold on.
I'm like, yeah, you need
Hold
to
on.
figure this out.
Hold on.
I'm like, what am I forgetting here?
It's not that you're forgetting something. It's that there's just like a very important quote. That's very. This is my most favorite quote in the whole season. Okay, and I will tell you why. Because this. Okay, so she goes to the house. I can't remember why they went to the house in the first.
I know she got hurt.
Yeah, she did because she fell
falling
down
the stairs.
Yeah, she was falling down the stairs, so she was wearing her shoes on those stairs. She got all banged up, and she got brought back in the house. And Asiel is like, "Oh, we don't have any gauze,"
and then
Mal's
runs
like, okay.
out to get
runs out to get some. And then Mal goes to like nurse her and goes to like touch her, and she's like, "Don't touch me." And then Mal's like, "What? Okay." And then she's like, "I can do it myself." And then I typed this in chat yesterday too, and you probably don't even know why I typed it. He says to her, "Well, excuse me, princess." Now.
Did he actually say princess?
Yes.
He did. It's from it's from Zelda.
Yeah. So
it's from the show.
If you are a major animation fan, you know that Zelda has a TV show. It's a really shitty TV show.
It's really shitty, but
it's really shitty. And Link actually speaks in that TV show, and at least once an episode, he says, "Well, excuse me, princess." Like, super sassy at least once an episode.
I didn't clue in that that's what he said. I didn't clue into it at all. Yeah. That's why you typed it in there. And I was like, that's why I just typed LOL, because I thought you were just making that reference to it, and I didn't realize it.
They literally made the reference to the show. Like, those
in the animation.
Creators, good job.
Like, oh my god! I wish I noticed that. I wish I knew.
And so I messaged my buddy because like he's the one who showed me that in the first place. It's like a big meme that like there's a video on YouTube that's like 5 minutes long of Link just saying that line over and over again. And I sent him the clip of Mao saying that, and he sent me a video back of him saying the line, and then we spent like 5 minutes laughing and talking. So like it just brought back a memory, and like it was
So
nice to chat with a friend.
fucking
So like that's why it's my
hilarious.
favorite line of the whole season. It's
Oh
just
my
because like
god.
good memories, you know? Like it's good.
Fuck. But yeah, so that happens. I was literally kind of like bringing up that area anyway.
Yeah.
Because Chio catches her crying in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And thinks that yes, they are a thing, or they were a thing, and she goes running off because she's upset. Cute landlord
Yep.
being weird as fuck as she walks in, and definitely knows more than she lets on.
Yeah, which we knew.
Which we kind of suspected, but like
Yeah,
this
we
made
were
it
on to you.
happen.
Yeah, we were on to you.
She points out the fact that Chio is in mortal danger because they brought her into this, whether they liked it or not. And Chio gets captured by the mystery person. An earthquake.
Dun, dun, dun.
Earthquake, and Chio gets captured. They start heading towards where that happens. Cue episode end. Guess what? You gotta wait till next episode to see it. Oh, guess what? It's already out. So yes, that was kind of an interesting episode. Opinions on episode 4, Ken?
Well, my favorite episode because it had the best line in
I know,
it. So
right? Like,
now that you know, it's your favorite episode
it's
too.
definitely up there. I won't say it's my favorite. It's definitely up there, though.
Oh man.
But yeah, it kind of gets us that interesting like romance twist kind of thing going in there, and like that connection with Emmy, but not connection with Emmy, and then introduced landlord that scares the fuck out of us.
Yeah.
What? What's going on?
She's an interesting character too, though, because we know she's a part of their world, but we don't know why or how.
And then they never question it.
No, they don't.
Never do, and it's like,
no.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
no, like
why?
Why don't any of you say like, where are you from? You know what I mean? Like none of them ask.
No one asked a damn thing, and it's like
no. And it was nice to get Emmy's backstory as well.
Yes,
because like it was nice to know why she has that power, and not to know that she doesn't just have it. You know what I mean? There's a reason for it.
Okay. Well, next episode, shall we?
Wait, hold on. There was one other thing I wanted to mention too. Oh, when Emmy starts crying because she says to Mao that he was the reason, like overall.
Oh yeah, the killing the father thing.
Yeah, he
was being so nice and she didn't understand.
He literally apologized for his troops destroying her village and therefore killing her father, and she didn't even know what to do with that kind of like remorse that he had for doing that. Because like, he was being so human in that moment, and she's like, but you're a devil, why do you feel remorse for doing that?
Yeah, so she was so pissed off about that. Like, why the fuck are you being so human and not being an asshole here, but you couldn't do that when it came to my father, kind of thing. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you hate humans so much at home, but the second you come here, you adapt to them and love them and save them? It makes no sense. Like, why? And so that was what was going on with that when she started crying and she walked in. But yes, cue episode 5 when things get more interesting.
The first note I have for this is a quote from The Princess Bride.
Oh God.
I did the whole you killed my father thing and everything.
Oh, yes. Anyway.
Oh God. So many pop culture references in this show too. Like there's a lot. There is quite a bit.
Episode 5. Guess who's the bad guy? Someone who's supposed to be dead. Lucifer. Yeah. But not only him. It's also Olba, the person that was supposed to go through the portal with Emmy on her side. But he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy.
He's defected.
Olba is also a church member, so the people that trained Emmy to be the hero she was.
Yes.
So yeah.
So that's like the ultimate betrayal. It's like those are the people that like taught you to be who you are, and now they're defecting. So it's like, how can I trust
Is
the people
all
that?
the church bad kind of question?
Yeah,
What, like all the
exactly.
questions pop in, being like,
Yeah,
wait, what? Why are they working together? Why is Lucifer, a general with Satan, trying to kill Satan? Why is like
yeah. What's going
it's
on?
literally
What is
two
happening here?
it's two people from both like opposite ends of the spectrum now joining together and trying to kill their own people kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like ultimate
Yeah,
betrayal on another level.
yeah, they're like, they're like Team No Man's Land. Like,
Yeah, honestly. And then of course, Sadao learned that he could get his magic from despair because they start fighting. It's a fight. It's a fight. They start attacking them, beating the shit out of them. Um, Asiel gets fucking hit immediately because he's back talking to Lucifer and gets
yeah,
destroyed.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Sadao, being himself, immediately picks him up and books it. Does
yeah.
everything they can to be like, get out of here, kind of thing.
And he's like mocking him. He's like, "Why?" She's like, "You're running," and he's like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Hi, we have no magic."
Like,
um,
hello. And then, yeah, they start running away, and Sadao gets hit. Sadao gets hit not once, not twice. Although the second
Olva literally pops his head, like pops.
he
He pops
shoots
him,
him. He
like,
shoots him in the leg, not even like
yeah,
in an important spot. So he gets shot in the shoulder by Lucifer, and of course, the first thing he says, not actually the F word, but he wants to say the F word, and damn, that hurts,
yeah,
kind of thing. Like, fuck. I just got fucking obliterated in my shoulder, and I'm
yeah,
human,
literally.
kind of thing. How the fuck am I still standing? Kind of bullshit. And then gets shot by Olba while he's running away from Lucifer.
Yeah, I know. Just gets like popped.
Like,
His
not
ass
even
gets popped.
magic. Shot. uh,
No, he just pulls a freak. She's like, "Why do you have a gun?" Like, what?
Because he doesn't want to use his magic because he wants to teleport back.
Yeah.
But yes, ends up fucking shooting Lucifer, and then Lucifer gets a full-on blast to the chest, completely obliterating him with a hole in him.
Yes.
And gets
And then
knocked out, and then Emmy's like, fuck this, I'm fighting you. Like, actually fighting you.
by this point too, we've learned that Lucifer is the cause for all the muggings as
Yep.
well, because he's getting his magic from all the like you were saying, the despair and negativity
Yes.
from those muggings. So that's where he's getting his magic from. And then you think, well, couldn't Mao just do the same thing?
And of course, before he got shot down dead, Mao actually teleported them to a very popular train station before they got obliterated. Before he got obliterated,
Mm-hmm.
and in doing so, predicted Lucifer's actions.
Yes.
Good job, Mao.
Good job.
And yes, so when that happened, fight scene ensues. Emmy starts to try to attack them, but before she can do much, Lucifer unleashes a huge blast that destroys a bridge and scares the entire area, which is completely
Mm-hmm.
populated.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, cue Mao and the magic.
Yeah. Yep.
Mao, not being obliterated anymore, stands up with his magic might and his sexy demon ass.
And we've entered this realm, I see.
And
Right.
saves the day yet again, not letting any of the debris fall down. In fact, saving everyone on that bridge, and sits there during most of the next fight.
Yes.
Sitting there
And
holding up the bridge.
and at this point, we have Amelia now in her like pretty much full form, explaining to Chi that who they both are, and it's like, well, you might as well know now, kid.
We
You know what I
forgot one
mean?
thing. We forgot the main reason why she like ran forward.
What's that?
Lucifer having Chi, he
Oh, that's right.
drops her.
Yes.
He drops her in midair, and of course,
oh yeah,
Emmy being Emmy. That's why I was like, no, I need to bring this up. Emmy being Emmy runs to catch her, catches her, and breaks her knees in the process.
Yeah, like knees cracking, man.
Oh my god, like
Jeez.
she manages to catch her and like knees hard, and I mean hard,
yeah, they
on
exploded.
the concrete to the point where her tights completely rip, and you hear the most devastating cracking noise at the same time. It sounds like her legs just shattered underneath her. Like, it's cringeworthy on so many levels, even though it's just an anime. Like,
yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, honestly though, my knees make that sound every time I bend down. So I mean, I was used to it, but like you were like, ooh, her knees, and I was like,
same. But every time I hear that, I cringe because it's just a little bit worse than what we get.
Yes.
And then Lucifer does that giant attack, and then cue Satan himself, actually in his form, power upped,
which was sick as fuck, may I add. Ooh. When he zooms into Lucifer's face, that was mental sick. Like, so good.
We hadn't gotten there yet, but okay.
I know, but like, I was excited.
We weren't there yet. He doesn't get to do that anytime soon. He has to save the day first.
What do you mean save the day?
So yes, he catches the bridge. He's stuck there for a while.
Well, he's getting annoyed too. He's like, oh, they're having all the fun.
And Emmy ends up having to battle them. But of course, it's not just Lucifer, and Emmy has to deal with Ulba too. But thankfully, she's not alone. Someone, being his stupid lazy ass, wasn't so lazy this time, and instead of helping right away, he ran all the way back home to get his cape first. Cue Asiel.
The man can't fight without his cape. It's important.
And apparently, and it's so fucking annoying because it happens again later on.
It's the best.
It's like, fuck.
My favorite duo. That's my favorite dynamic duo. Asiel and his cape.
Fucking damn it. But yes, he goes to get the cape when Emmy looks like she's about to die. She gets saved by him. Of course, he's not happy about the fact that he saves her. She's not happy about the fact that he saves her. But they're like, fuck it. We'll tolerate each other and save the day, because that's what Satan wants, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what
and yeah, they end up battling it out. And while that's happening, Chio, being next to Sadao, Satan, whatever you want to call him, Mao, keeps asking him questions as he sits down the bridge. She now knows what the fuck's going on. She now knows that Emmy's a hero and Sadao is an actual demon. Lord, king, all that in between.
Guy, yeah.
And the second he puts the bridge down, every human being that isn't magical, aside from Chio, is completely frozen. We can't see, hear, do anything. Because Sadao did that too. And the second he sets the bridge down, he's like, sorry, Chi, it's time for me to go deal with the issue. And immediately flies up into Lucifer's face.
Oh my god, it's my favorite.
Scares the living shit out of Lucifer and immediately pounds him. And then Ulba, thinking he could get up, immediately gets slammed into the wall, into the fucking building. Like, you're not an issue anymore, human. Which, again, makes me wonder, how the fuck did Emmy beat him if this is what he's like?
I don't know.
Like, how? There's no way. He let Emmy beat him. Like, that's what it was. He's like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just out.
Did they explain how Lucifer survived Emmy's attack? Did they explain that?
That second attack or the first one?
No, like the beginning of the series.
Yeah, no, they never really did explain it, and I don't think she actually hit him the second time. I think that's what it was. Like, the whole, like, pause as she's going for the kill, and he's like, excuse me? And he's just like, nah, this is not happening, and just flies up into the sky is the way I thought it was. Is like, I'm not dying by you today, and just flew up and then destroyed the whole castle while he was doing it.
I think
that's what I assumed, because no, they didn't explain it. They didn't tell us anything about it. They were
I didn't think they did.
They were just really hurt when they portaled in. Like, that's it. That's all we got, is that he was hurt enough to retreat, but we had no idea what was going on. But yeah. So between the two of them, they kick ass, they save the day, and whatnot, and absolutely destroyed Lucifer and Olba. And then guess what? Cue in other comic relief. During this fight, Emmy's other friends were teleporting in.
Oh, yes.
And during said teleportation, one of them got portal sick. And then when they finally popped in, what happens? Everything is done and fixed and problem solved. Like, they get there when it doesn't matter. Like, why? What was the point? And yeah, so they got there, found out nothing. Oh, and then ended up going to visit the Devil's Castle. And was like, what the fuck? You're telling me Satan lives in this hellhole? Like,
yeah. You guys actually live here?
Like, this is where they live? Like, this is real? This isn't a joke? And yeah. And then we find out that they were the ones talking to Chi in her head. Was that this episode? No, yeah, it was this episode. I remember this one. So yeah, they were talking to Chi in her head. They were also the reason for the earthquake. Well,
yes, because they were the ones looking for Emmy.
The little ones, not the
little
big
one. Yes.
one.
Yeah.
But the little ones that were more focused on Chi. Were because of them, because they were trying to communicate with Emmy, trying to get a message out, and it wasn't going well. So it was their fault. Next episode, or do you have opinions?
I like before Satan literally demolishes Lucifer. There's a little bit of a communication between them, where he's sitting there getting mad at Lucifer, not for destroying portions of Japan, not for terrorizing the people of Japan, but because he might be late for work.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Because he's like, if you fucking make it so I am late to work and I miss my perfect attendance fucking bonus, you dead.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, if you make it so I don't get my perfect attendance bonus and I lose my A-list status and blah blah blah. And then Lucifer's like, what? And Asiel's like, it's okay, none of us really understand it. And then he just like pounds his ass and sends away. But then in my notes I have part-time job in the little bigger sign that says more important than going home.
And then on top of that, of course, Satan feels responsible for Lucifer's stupid idiocy. So fix everything.
Yes.
Fixes everything.
So he uses the remainder of his magic to fix everything so he can't go home.
He says it's the remainder of his magic. I don't think it is the remainder of his magic.
Well, he says he has a little bit more, because at the end of the episode, he and Chi are at work. Yeah. And he says to Chi, I have a little bit of magic. Well, Chi's like, are you going to go home? And she's like, he says to Chi,
I can't.
I can't go home. I can't go home because I don't have enough magic. He's like, but I do have a little bit of magic left, so I can erase your memory if you want. And she gets all offended and says, like, you better not erase my memory. I want to remember this whole day forever, and I'll be offended if you do that.
Yeah, and she gets so fucking offended that she's so ready to kill him. Kind of offended.
I know.
He's like,
oh, smack his ass. I know.
And he's like, oh God, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
That's like hold up the whole like, please forgive me thing. Like, just like totally like, yeah, no.
Yep. Next episode.
Yes.
Lucifer's living with them now.
Yeah. First quotation I have is, he learned the online shopping recently.
So yes, Lucifer is now living with them. Instead of like being sent back or anything or being punished. No, he is forced to live with them. And on top of that, they give him a computer. He is now the computer nerd that doesn't leave the house ever kind of person and spends all of their money on online shopping.
I feel a little called out, but it's fine.
You're the one calling out yourself. I never did that. Honestly, the second I saw him, like, it's a me. It's a me.
I feel attacked.
But yes, so that happened. Mao gets told he's going to be a shift manager, ends up being a temporary shift manager for that day.
Which then he says, I feel like a cheap substitute for the boss when she is not around. Which I understand that feeling.
Because he doesn't get the actual promotion, but he's there.
Yeah.
Landlady sends her photo in a bikini.
I know, she's like, I sent you a picture. No.
And that picture is apparently so harmful to them that Lucifer and Asiel are down for the count. Asiel to the point where he's throwing up his guts in the bathroom. When Mao comes in and then finds out that that's what's going on, and he's like, no, I don't want to see it. We're good.
No, we're good. I'm fine.
He's like, it's very potent. They start looking for magic to the point where Lucifer is investigating magic and says that there is one in this paranormal room where it's been sealed. Bullshit.
Yeah, in a school.
In a school. That school happens to be Cheese School.
Yay.
So she helps them set up like a whole thing where they get to go look and find it out at night. Why at night? Like, what's the point? I get it that it's after
because
school.
They don't want a bunch of grown-ass men there during school hours.
I get that it's after school, but like last time I checked, school doesn't last all fucking day. You could go like right when it ends.
To have a creepy vibe.
Anyway, they decided to have a creepy vibe because it's supposed to be a whole paranormal investigation kind of thing, except it's not. There's literally nothing inside of it except for Lucifer's old shit.
Lucifer only sent them there to get his game system back. Because he's like, is there a game system there? Yeah, there's a game system here. Yeah, bring that back. That's important. Why is it important? Just bring it back. It's important.
And then, of
course, I just left it there.
But before that all happened, Emmy showed up.
Yes, she did. And they like ditched her at one point.
And then she found them again. But yeah.
and then she broke something in the school. And then she's like, we could just not tell them that it's broken. And then she looks at Emmy, and Emmy's like, But yeah, this was kind of like a throwaway episode. Not a lot happened.
Yeah, Lucifer being stupid. Mystery church member has become their neighbor was the very last thing in that episode.
But we didn't know.
We knew that she was a fucking church member. It was obvious. Like, let's be honest.
Okay, but the show didn't.
Flashback to their homeland, and it's the church members talking. I couldn't keep up with the subtitles when I was watching it with Ken. I did not rewatch it to find out exactly what was going on. All I know is that they were talking about Olba and the fact that he was missing and the church and whatnot. And then they ask the girl what she would recommend, and she, I guess, went to the human land, went to Tokyo because cut back to Tokyo. She's immediately there greeting the guests as a new neighbor.
Like a new neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yes, that actually, you did comment that.
I did. I literally typed that in chat yesterday.
Because yes, we did a watch party the other day. And and the only reason why I didn't catch all the subtitles is because we were not pausing for all the subtitles, so I could read them.
Listen, we were already there for 5 hours. I was not pausing it.
Oh, yeah. That's what we get for watching the whole thing on a watch party. We need to, like, space that out into 2 days next time.
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah, because that 5 hours, but like my notes got so dwindly by the end of the night because I was just like at like 9:30, I was like,
Yep. And then yes, cuts to Tokyo and a new neighbor. I'm sorry, but it's impossible not for you not to figure out that it's the same person. Like, really?
Well, I'm not very perceptive, am I?
Like, it was pretty obvious, but yeah. Episode 7, unless we have something to add to that. Although it's
no, that was kind of a throwaway episode.
Yeah, it was like it was more filler and introduce new character, and that was about it.
Yeah, and which was like pretty much only the end of the episode.
It was
like,
filler.
She fell on Mal, and Mal was like, "Oh my god, who is this small thing?"
It was filler. Find out what the fuck the fact that Lucifer's there now, and new neighbor, and that was all that.
Pretty much an episode that could have been covered in like a 5-minute special.
Yep. Yep.
All right, let's move on to episode 7 then.
It's 8, isn't it? No, it is 7. It is 7. You're right. I just scrolled too early and didn't realize it. Sorry. Church goon that lives next door is named
Goon.
That's what I called her. I literally have dash church goon next to her name.
All right.
Her name is Susanoo.
How did you spell Susanoo?
I did Suseno. I probably spelt it wrong, but that's
well. Your guess is probably better than mine.
That's what I did. Susanoo.
Okay. That's not what I put, but yours is probably better than mine.
Susanoo. I don't know. It's probably wrong. That's what I did.
Right.
So yes, Susanoo is the name of the church girl. Emmy gets contacted by the friends that came back and then literally left, and gets her shipment of energy drinks. I put soda because it looked like soda originally, but they're energy drinks full of magic for her. She's got her celestial energy back in the form of soda.
It's an energy drink.
Yeah. It just says I put in the form of soda because it looked like a little pop bottle. Is what it looked like, but it is an energy drink. I just didn't write down that it was an energy drink because I knew it was an energy drink, but yeah. Asya gets really fucking sick because of all the noodles that they're given from Susanoo, because he overeats the noodles and gets really fucking sick. Emmy starts spying ahead again because it's Emmy.
Yeah, it's Emmy. Got nothing else better to do,
and
apparently.
She gets hurt.
Oh, yeah. I have stairs 3, Emmy 0.
Yeah. Emmy falls down those stairs again. Nothing new. Because she was spying, and then Susanoo went to go to her apartment. Emmy went running past her to try to get out so she wasn't spotted, and literally goes out the main door and falls. Yeah. And then there's the question there's the question where Emmy starts to think that Susanoo has a thing for Mal.
Mm-hmm.
And confronts her, thinking that that's what's going on. And then Emmy starts to fall down. That whole interaction happens. Emmy leaves. Emmy starts to fall down the stairs again. And I literally have panty shot. Really? Why?
Yeah, literally.
So when she falls down the stairs again, she doesn't fall all the way down, but that's
like halfway.
She falls down enough where you get to see a little bit of pink in between her legs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember Mal comes out and says, "Oh, did she fall down the stairs again?" And then Susanoo was like, "Only halfway this time."
Yep. Still stairs for Emmy 0.
Yeah. Yep. We're keeping it. We're keeping a tally.
So yes, that happened, and I was like, really, like panty shot, really? Why?
Because it's anime.
And then the end of that episode, what happens? KFC opens across the street. It hasn't actually opened, but they know that there's a KFC opening across the street.
Are we still on the same episode?
Yep. It happened during that episode.
Okay.
She is already really jealous of Susanoo, finding out the fact that they have a new female neighbor. She finds out the fact that they have a new neighbor and she's female. She immediately gets jealous.
Yes.
And then and the fact that she gave them gave Mao a box lunch, and instantly is like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, just like loses it,
loses
like
it,
100% level cringe.
And then the very last thing of that episode is Emmy gets attacked by someone holding a scythe.
And you know who wins the day? Fucking Tomato Grocery Man. That's who wins the day.
Not even Emmy. Tomato Grocery Man. It doesn't end up actually being tomatoes, but still. He throws paint balloons at the dude.
Is it a paint balloon?
Yes.
I thought it was a tomato.
No, it's paint because they bring it up later on in the next episode.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a tomato.
No, they bring it up.
Oh, that's no fun. I thought it was a tomato.
They bring it up in the next episode because, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. But yes, opinions of this episode. The introduction of Mom 2.
Mom 2? Who are you talking about?
Susanoo. She becomes Mom 2.
Oh.
She's the backup. Fucking, Asiel, or whatever his human name is.
Yeah, just like taking care of all of them.
Yeah. She starts making food for them constantly. And yeah. Starts literally being at their house like 24/7. Starts yelling at Lucifer, teaching him how to do chores.
Oh yeah, that's when Emmy was spying on them, and she's looking at them. She's like, "Who's that new girl?" Because she's like literally like, "You can't just let these clothes hang outside when it's raining. We'll bring them in."
All sorts of fun stuff. And no, it was wrinkled. It wasn't raining. It was the fact
was
that it was
wrinkled. Oh yeah, because it was hot outside.
Yeah.
So
they were putting it out, but he was doing it all wrinkly instead of spread out.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a fun episode of why.
Yeah. It was kind of.
It was fun, but it was like, really.
it introduced Susanoo as a character, but not enough to like really introduce her enough.
It's because there's supposed to be some mystery behind her, but we all know.
Yeah,
we all knew. We all fucking knew. And then next episode, Susanoo goes shopping with Emmy.
Yeah, Emmy takes Susanoo shopping.
Except you don't actually see any of that.
No, not really.
Which is like, really? You couldn't have done actual
just
shopping?
kind of a waste.
I kind of wanted to see that. She gets jealous, visits finding Susanoo, and then realizes, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just because someone's sick. Susanoo tells Emmy she's from their world.
Mm-hmm.
And Emmy originally was like, shit, okay, you're the person who attacked me. Oh, wait, there's no paint on you.
Oh, wait, no.
Yep.
She doesn't tell Emmy that she's from her world. She just assumes Emmy knows that she's from her world. Yes, but then
they end up explaining it during that episode.
Yes.
That they know, like, what did you mean? But Emmy thought that she was the one who attacked her, but then was like, wait, there's no paint on you. That's how I knew it was paint. Because, yes, I originally thought it was tomatoes, too, but Emmy makes the comments about paint. Like, where's the paint? There's no paint. And includes in the fact, no, you couldn't have attacked me because you have no paint stain on him. And then when you find the actual when they actually find the person, he does have paint on his face. Anyway, but not when you expect it anyway.
Yes.
So yes, Susanoo explains the fact that Emmy was very misunderstanding, and yes, they are actually from that world. And yeah, Susanoo misunderstood everything Emmy talked about, because Emmy thought she was freaking talking about a romantic relationship, and Susanoo was talking about combat and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And they completely got each other mixed up. An idiot moment there. And then they find out about the fucking creepy KFC manager guy.
Yeah, James from Team Rocket.
Yes. Jesse. James. Team Rocket blasting off the speed of light.
Oh my god.
Prepare to fight.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's right. But yes, introduce that wonderful thing. And then, Sadao actually got his promotion being a shift manager, and his first actual day of doing that is he has to now compete with the KFC that just opened across the street.
Yes, or SFC.
SFC. It's totally KFC. It's
yes,
fucking KFC.
It totally is, but like, yes.
That's why I put KFC. I didn't even bother. I'm like, it's KFC. Like, that's what it is. And yeah, so then there's a whole thing. They start to open up. And that's that episode, because the next episode is a filler. To make it
it is a filler.
The next episode is a filler, but we'll get into that in a second. Opinions of this episode, Ken? Aside from it being 100% hilarious.
No, I just was mostly laughing when we were watching it last night, because I was like, Team Rocket ? And then you're like,
I was all in. I was like, Jesse, James, Team Rocket at the spot.
It's literally him. That's literally his character design.
Yes, it is James. It's his exact hair from fucking Pokemon. It's James.
I know.
Except James is more civil and would never. And this guy is creepy.
Yeah.
Women loving.
He literally like at one point he like tips his glasses down. He goes like, "Sexy princess." Like, it's just like so.
He calls Chi a sexy princess.
That's what it is. Yes, that's what it is.
Wait, no, was it Chi?
He called someone a sexy princess.
I think it was Chi, but they the other three no, that's next episode. Never mind. Nope. Yeah, it was Chi.
Yeah.
Chi was called a sexy princess.
Yes.
Proving the fact that he was creepy as fuck. And then yeah, it was a very funny fucking episode with the whole Susanoo misunderstanding Emmy misunderstanding Susanoo
not understanding how to use mall things, yelling at all the machines.
Susanoo only dressing in fucking kimonos the whole time.
We're here for it. Susanoo.
It was awesome, but still.
And she's like sitting there. They're like in this little like I don't know whether it's like a restaurant or something at the end of the like shopping visit or whatever, and she's like referencing all these like old Japanese movies that she was in documentaries
and it was
she was watching.
Literally just like action movies.
Yeah, it was just like
in,
old
the
old Japanese action movies where they all wear like kimonos all the time.
The feudal era kind of thing.
It's like something like Hirokiri or something like that. You know what I mean?
Feudal
like, just,
era Japan kind of shot.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
so
really.
And Emmy's like, oh, okay.
And yes, cut to next episode. It's literally a battle of the fast food restaurants.
Yes.
It's a filler, and Mao is the shift manager for that day and has to manage to somehow go against the store completely being deserted because the KFC opened across the way and has coupons and other stuff, and everyone's more interested in the KFC because it's brand new.
And I
that.
think it's kind of funny though because he treats his shift manager as if he's like the demon king still, because he's like onward men every time he like commands his like shift people to like do their jobs.
Yeah.
I
And
have
it's
shift
funny because
manager
they
equals.
all listened. Like, there
Yeah,
was
they do.
no
They just
question.
go with it.
There was only one guy that ever questioned it, and he was only there for the comedic relief the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's like, we can't
We can't do that.
make an action right. Like, we can't do anything yet because we're waiting from intel from Asiel. And then so he's like, polish the windows, and the other guy's like, really? What? And then everyone else is like, yeah. And then he's
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah, yeah.
What?
No, it's like sweep the floors, and everyone's like, "Let's go!" And then the good dude's like, "But why?" It's like,
Like, really?
yeah, again. Um,
And yeah. And then yes, so Asia, Asia,
well,
Asia. We'll just call him that. Asia goes over and investigates by eating a shit ton of food and whatnot. Um, Emmy and Susanoo and Emmy's
Rika.
friend, thank you, ends up going to KFC as well. Because what's her name again?
Rika.
Rika wants to meet Mao, but they originally were going to the McDonald's, but found out about the new store. I was like, nah, let's go to this place instead, because there's not a crowd at McDonald's, so it's not like we can just observe from the crowd kind of thing. So she's like, no,
Yeah.
we'll just do it from across the way. And yeah, eventually does end up going over, and she's just pissed off. Oh, and then Asiel makes up this whole story about
Yes.
them being enemies by being business fucking enemies rather than enemies by demon.
I like the story he tells because it's kind of the truth, but like not at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's it's a great way of like actually explaining their history.
Oh, without being actual real
Yes.
history.
Yeah, because I have Asiel tells a great lie about how he knows Emmy and Mao to Rika, but there is some truth behind it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then after that, they all go back to McDonald's, and Asiel goes up to Mao. And then Mal's like, well, what's the deal over there? You know what I mean? And Asiel goes, sir, they have organic coffee. And then Mal goes, coffee made from ogres.
No, organic.
No, it means like organic, like it has no pesticides in it.
But ogres have no natural pesticides.
Yeah, yeah, he's like, it has like natural pesticides in it. And then Mal's like, well, ogres already have natural pesticides in them. It's just like, what? But and then after that I have Rika kind of like really just like getting it on Mao, trying to get to know him, but like being very upfront about it. And then Mao finally just says, you have major daddy issues, don't you? Like she like that quotations, that's what he says. She's just like pelting him with all these questions and being like, you know, Emmy tells me that you're really charismatic, or like Asiel tells me that you're really charismatic, but I'm not really seeing it. And he's like, what? You know what I mean? And he's like, the customer's not always right. He's just like getting really offended.
And then the funny thing is, in the end, Mao actually ends up being a great strategist, although his ideas do not work at the beginning. And he's very good at networking, and that is the main reason why he succeeds at his little quest of the day. Is because his networking from volunteering, doing volunteer work. The demon's doing volunteer work? Question mark.
Yeah, literally. What's that about?
He ends up doing volunteer work and ended up getting some connections because of that, and that was the reason why he ended up succeeding, was because he ended up setting up this little thing involving someone from his networking, and it worked. Worked very well.
Yeah, so he just basically like set up these bamboo trees where people could write
During
the bamboo, the way the wishes in the bamboo tree give power.
Ah.
Yeah, you can clip it out.
Yes, that. Still gotta edit this at some point today. But yes, that was episode 9, and now we have 3 more episodes to go.
4.
3, because we are on episode 10.
10, 11, 12,
Oh.
13.
My bad. My counting skills are slightly off. Episode 10. It's another filler episode in its own way.
Which one was this one?
It's the amusement park one.
Oh, yeah, we can just blow through this one really fast. There's not much happening.
Okay, so Mao gets transferred to a different restaurant. She gets jealous because she's not allowed to go. But she comes up with the idea, because it's apparently happening at an amusement park, to go to the amusement park with Emmy. And Susanoo pretty much invites herself.
But the only reason this happens, though, is because Susanoo is under the impression that Mao is going to work there because she thinks that he's going to collect magic while he's there.
He overheard it because he overheard it from Lucifer during their talk in their house.
Because there's a haunted house there, and she believes that Mao's going to feed off that energy from that haunted house while he's there.
Yeah. And yes, so it comes up with the plan to go, so she can still see Mao, and goes with Emmy, and Emmy ends up Susanoo kind of invites herself, and Emmy's like, okay, like let's all go together, kind of thing. And a monkey, we find out that she and Emmy are both afraid of reptiles. Reptiles are not that scary. I don't know why she's complaining. Made that comment during the thing, and I'll make it again. So they end up going into like a reptile thing. While they're there, a monkey comes across and gets the keys and frees the alligators. Cue disaster in amusement park water slide area. Mao has to save the day. Nothing new.
At the end of the episode, though,
we do find out.
Oh, okay.
I have
interrupt my thought. That's fine.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just adding to it. Go ahead.
How can you add to something I didn't even start? Okay, Susanoo. I have in my notes. Susanoo watches Mao use his power for good and questions why.
Oh, I didn't write that down. You're good. Okay. But yes, that happens, and then Susanoo gets a feather on her shoulder, and actually clues into the fact the feather is a thing, unlike Emmy, and turns to find the angel dude, which has blue hair. It's totally the KFC manager. No one can tell us otherwise. But that's how that one ends. Is feather. Feather equals angel, asshole, creepy guy. Now I'm confused. Did he totally spy on Emmy while she was bathing?
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, he is kind of like weird with females.
He would totally do that, but like,
I'm just saying, James from Rocket's a pervert now. So
no, we will not taint James from fucking Pokemon ever. Like, that's not. But yes, filler episode next. And then confirmed, yes, the KFC manager is indeed the angel. I have it immediately. Like, I had it in question marks before, be like, question mark, even though we all knew it. Next episode, yes, it is confirmed. They are the same person. We cut back to the past. Flashback! Susanoo is a trained assassin for the church, like we thought. Well, we knew she was a church goon. We didn't know about the assassin part. But we find out how much of an assassin she is, to the point where she managed to poison a bunch of people for the church, kind of thing. Used to work for Olba, and yeah. Wait a second. She worked for Olba. She definitely a bad guy then, right? Or is she? I'm confused.
I find in this scene she really has to like she thinks about her morals a lot in this scene, but then her morals get shunted down.
Immediately. Yep.
Yeah, so she has to just do what she's told.
And then wonderful landlady sends back box after box after box of souvenirs from Hawaii because she went on a vacation. And Emmy and then she asks Mao and the team to sell them for her at the local market. And Mao, Chi, and Emmy and Susanoo all help with the organizing of these items so they could get sold. And then Susanoo gets confronted by Angel Dude again because she hasn't killed Sadao yet. And we find out that, yeah, she's there to kill Satan. Which we kind of already knew, but like it was confirmed then. That was when it was confirmed. Asya got so sick he ended up having to go to the hospital. And then Angel attacks Emmy. And Olba wakes up. That's my notes for that one.
There's a point in the episode
yep.
where Emmy and Susanoo are having a conversation. And it kind of like Susanoo says to Emmy, like, there must be bloodshed for peace to be brought to our homeworld. And Emmy disagrees with this and says that there must be a way to find peace without bloodshed and without hurting people. So I think she's contradicting herself in a way because I don't think she deep down wants to kill Satan. Because
it's because now she understands that Satan isn't about death now. And she doesn't want to kill him now because of
Yeah, she realizes how like humanized he is now, so she doesn't want to kill someone who like shows so much good and pure of heart. So
when he actually clues in that humans are just like them.
Which then obviously will come into play later when Susanoo's morals are tested later on in the episode.
Yep. So yes, Alba awake. And yeah, so this was a kind of like a Susanoo, what the fuck, dude, kind of episode.
Yeah, this was like a oh, okay.
Episode 12. Olba attacks Asya in hospital. Emmy gets attacked, tortured by Angel Douche. Oh no. My next note.
What is it? What does
so
it
yes,
say?
Emmy gets attacked by Angel. She gets caught and she gets tortured by Angel asshole. Next note. Susanoo attacks Mao and destroys Gallahan.
Not Doulahan!
Sorry, Doulahan. Sorry, the bike. The bike is destroyed. And then
Doulahan, no!
Mao makes a comment saying, now you have to pay for a replacement bike and the registration and all this stuff because of it. Poor Doulahan.
Oh.
Bad guy is planning to destroy Tokyo. Angel gets battle ensues. Olba summons giant moon thing, thinking like, oh, we're gonna destroy the whole world, kind of moon coming down thing. Oh, guess what? Also Olba tries to recruit Lucifer. Tries to being the keyword there.
Yeah. Attempts.
Lucifer completely screws over Olba. Lies to him. Can
I have Emmy's purse? Yeah, why? For what? Because I'm giving it back to her.
And then swats him with it. Alba summons giant moon thing to give Angel power, except he also does something else. He terrifies every human being around it, which then gives Mao all this wonderful energy.
Like common sense here. Like, you should know this. Like, I don't know.
Gives Mao all this wonderful energy.
This was a great fight scene.
Mao
Very good
absolutely
fight scene.
Destroys the Angel the second he gets his powers. before he had his powers, he was getting obliterated. He didn't care because he had no magic, and Chi and Emmy were in danger, kind of thing. Like always.
Yep.
Also, Lucifer had a tracker on Emmy, and that's the reason why he was able to find them.
Yes. Well, he had a tracker on Emmy and on Susanoo because when he saw the tracker moving through buildings, he was like, "Oh no, that's Susanoo, not Emmy." So
yeah, it was one of those like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah, as always, Mao saves the day, kicks everyone's ass.
shows up late because he forgot his cape.
I was getting there. You had to give me a second, damn it.
It's my favorite duo. I could not.
So yes, Mao saves the day as always, fixes all the damage that was broken, throws the angel into a portal thinking he sent him back. We'll get to where that actually ended up in a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fucking Asiel shows up in fucking demon form with his cape being like, I'm finally here. You got here when everything is done.
Yeah.
I had to go back for my cape.
Yeah, his cape.
Fucking.
Not because he needed his cape.
Fucking course you did, you dumbass.
He needed his cape.
We never get to find out if Asiel's even worth being around yet.
But that's the best part, though, is that, like, we're gonna get a fight scene with Asiel, and it's gonna be so sick. Because we don't even know what he's like. I bet he's an awesome fighter, and we just don't even know.
We've only seen him.
Cape.
We've only seen him kind of fight at the very first episode before they cut to them fleeing, and the little bit that he fought in the episode with Lucifer and Ulva, and that was it.
He did his very best. He didn't have his cape. He didn't have his his mojo. His cape is like he needs it.
But yes, so that's what happened with that episode, which was badass as fuck. I loved that.
Yeah,
episode.
that was a good fight
That
scene.
was meant to be the season finale.
It was. And like at the end of the season again too, he uses up all his magic again to fix everything, so we still can't go home. So just a reoccurring theme there. Yeah, just a reoccurring theme there.
But it seems that we found out that Emmy can go to and from if she wanted to without any issues.
Yes.
At this point, because the energy drink is working, it is helping.
Mm-hmm.
And then cut to a new filler episode at the very end of the anime.
And you know what's funny? In the course of like all these last episodes, I have so many notes for this episode, and I have no idea why.
So you and me both. Like that's the longest notes I have are from this episode. Yeah, why?
Why?
Okay, starts off. Chi has a bad dream about Mao leaving, but apparently Kenn likes to call it what?
My first note, word for word, says she has a wet dream about Mao.
It's a bad dream because he's leaving, not a wet dream. Although she does blush later because he kissed her forehead. Anyway, they go to work and find out the angel was not sent back, but instead sent to the freezer of their restaurant. And he wakes up and falls in love with the manager when he sees her. Nothing new, because he's a fucking pervert. Anyway. Emmy has a nightmare of Mao taking over in Tokyo.
Yeah. And next, Greenland.
And next, Greenland indeed. Asia, that's it. Okay. Asia asks for time off. Of course, we're all confused at this point because he doesn't specify as to why.
Yeah.
Lots of boxes show up. Mao also asks for time off from work.
Yep.
Emmy starts spying because that's not normal.
Yeah.
The one who never takes time off, the one who complains that he's going to be late, anything like that. And Mao takes time off. Emmy's looking into it. Finds out that they are working a temp job to make up for credit card payments on stuff.
Not just stuff.
I don't remember.
Trackers.
That's right.
Trackers.
The
Because that
trackers.
Lucifer bought on their credit cards for the girls. And
Yep.
then Emmy goes and destroys her. Because she's
Emmy
like,
immediately destroys her.
what?
You'd think that Mal would be like, no, don't do that, and then takes it back. But no, she destroys it. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you'd be like, no, don't destroy that. That's thousands of dollars worth of equipment kind of thing.
Yep.
And yes, they're working a temp job to make up for it. However, Emmy brings up the boxes upon boxes being delivered to their house. And Lucifer is in trouble. Lucifer got scammed, guys. Lucifer
he did.
got scammed.
Yeah, he got into a buy-up scam.
On an extreme level.
Yeah, very extreme level. 5 feather beds, not 7.
They are now in debt further because of it, but we find out where Ashia ended up getting his temp job, because Mal was at a construction agency. Where was Ashia? At the scammer's office, taking
unknowingly
phone calls.
Unknowingly working for a scam artist.
Fucking goddamn it. And yes, they became like even more in debt because of this bullshit. And of course they try to fix it their way, and it doesn't go as planned.
No, it's a scam.
They got fucked.
Run all their there's nothing they can do until Emmy says.
Fucked until Emmy asks a question.
Yeah. How old is Lucifer, guys? Like, on human level terms. And they're like, oh, 18, my guy. And they're like, oh.
Got news for you. You are lucky, because of age is not 18 in this country. Instead, it's like 20-something, and because he's not, he counts as a minor.
Yeah, the cooling off rule applies. Therefore, you can return all this stuff.
Yeah, no and then that was the episode.
Yeah, that was the last episode.
Emmy saves the day.
Thanks, Emmy.
Filler indeed.
I think my favorite quote in that episode was when Mal was freaking out because
Lucifer.
Yeah, because Lucifer was explaining to them like the buy-up scam and what happened, and then Mal's like, "How much did all of this cost?" And Lucifer's like, "A month of your earnings," and you just hear a, and then, and then Mal's just freaking out on Lucifer and yelling at him, and then Susanoo is just in the corner and she says, "Mal, torturing the poor idiot now won't accomplish anything."
It's true, but. Oh, okay. So so that was all the episodes. Our little summary that wasn't so brief.
Yeah, it wasn't very little.
It was 2 hours worth of summary.
It's okay. It'll get
we gotta make it longer to be worth the fucking month wait, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So our opinions of the anime. We both loved it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I loved it. The humor was like very Gen Z, so I can get very much behind it.
The humor was everything, and then there's the love interest, a little bit of mystery in there.
Yep.
And it's always got us questioning: are Emmy and Mal gonna get together, or is Chi and Mal gonna get together?
They better fucking
not. What is going on? My vote is Emmy.
My vote is also Emmy, because she seems like the only logical option at this point.
Emmy has to get together with Mal. Like, come on. Like, they say they're not a thing. They're going to be a thing. They better.
I just don't want him and Chiho to be an option, because, like, Chiho's annoying as fuck.
There's also the fact that Chiho's a minor, and he's obviously not, because he's made himself a adult. So he's at least 20.
Yes.
Chiho's 16. A pedophile? What?
Like that would be like a person my age dating a person my brother's age.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, because my brother's like quite a few years younger than me, so like it's just like weird.
It just,
I don't know.
like, he probably isn't actually that old. Well, technically, he's probably way older than that if we really want to be obvious.
Yes.
He's probably a ridiculous age. I keep getting Discord messages. People, shut up. I'm in the middle of something. I gotta cut those out. Or at least turn them down. But yes, we completely loved it. It's a great anime. Would recommend.
Yeah, the animation is really crisp too.
Definitely would recommend. And now there is a second season.
It's partially out in dub so far,
I'll get in there.
but
I'm getting there. I got the whole
okay.
announcements for it. Wait till the
Okay.
announcement list. But yes,
Oh,
there is a second
Jesus.
season. I'm sorry, Ken. I just don't want you putting all this stuff I'm literally about to talk about in like 5 seconds.
Fine, I just won't talk then.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Anything you don't like about this anime, Ken?
Oh, I can talk now?
Aside from Chi. You know I love you. Don't start. Ken, stop moving. You only have so much of a square. But yes, Ken, anything you didn't like about this anime?
Chiho.
I knew that was going to be your answer.
I was trying to think of something else, but like I don't know. I just don't like her character at all. Like at all. She's annoying. I don't understand why she's a love interest. She's a little like if she wasn't a teenager, it might be a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because like there's a difference between annoying and annoying child. You know what I mean? Like there really is. She's like I have it in my notes for one of the episodes. I said, "Chi, you are a literal child." You know what I mean? Like it's just weird. But
Yep.
that's anime for you though. But that and just like having to read subtitles at the
I
very
know,
first episode.
right? The subtitles.
This is why I watch dub, so I don't have to read subtitles.
I thought we were good, and then poof, episode
I know,
6.
Like, you were literally streaming, and I messaged you, and I was like, "There are subtitles."
In the middle of a stream, yeah, you're mad at me. And then on top of that, during our freaking watch party, episode 6 comes along. Fuck, I can't keep up with these subtitles.
I didn't even try. I was just like, I'll get these notes later. I'm just like, I'm not
like,
doing
fuck,
this right
I can't
now.
keep up with these. And I never did go back and deal with it because I just didn't have
Never.
time. Seeing as that was
You
yesterday.
kind of have an idea of what happened anyway.
Yeah, it's good enough. I also already watched it, so it's somewhere in my in the memory at some point.
It's in your brain.
I've watched it twice before this one, so this is my third time watching it. It's fine. Anyway. So yes, I liked it. Subtitles are annoying, and that last episode really didn't need to happen.
No, it didn't. That's another thing that I totally forgot to even mention that. Yeah, that episode really didn't need to happen. It's like they made a 13th episode just for the sake of making a 13th episode.
I get that there's some animes that they just make like a fan-based episode, but those are normally like beach episodes. Where's our beach episode?
I don't need a beach
I'm
episode
not saying
with Chi, thank you.
that it needs to be a beach episode, but I'd rather
No.
a beach episode over this.
Like, we kind of got like their bathing suit episode when they went to the stupid amusement park.
Yeah,
so.
I know, and that just still no. Although we never did see Susanoo's actual bathing suit.
That's okay.
That was kind of annoying. I'm like, where's Susanoo's? Because they obviously changed her out of the one she originally dressed in. Anyway, announcement/news time. So yes, season 2 was announced back in 2020 to be released this year. It has started being released, obviously. The second season started being released on July 14th, and the last episode, as long as they continue to release them on a weekly basis as they have been, should be out on October 6th. Should be the last episode. There is, again, 13 episodes. That's just the original Japanese episodes. The English dub, however, started being released on August 4th and is suspected to be finished October 27th. Again, that's assuming that there's no issues and it's released one every week from the initial release date. So yes, 13 episodes. The first season was released way back in 2013. We have waited 9 years for second season. So
just watched it last week.
I know. I had watched it a while back, but not that far back. So the reason why it wasn't immediate, it took so long, was when it was originally released, it wasn't very popular, and the thing we can thank for that is when it got released to Netflix. Thanks, Netflix. Well, Netflix is the one to thank to be able to have our second season, because with it not being popular, there was no plans of making a second season. So yes, thank you, Netflix. We appreciate you. Because we will not get our second season otherwise. But yes, so that's kind of like the little announcements I got on this one. We will be doing the second season. So please, for any comments or anything like that you want to put down below, please do not do spoilers for the second season. Kenn's not allowed to spoil anything on me. You guys definitely ain't either.
Some of it.
If we find out that any of that spoilers, I will be removing them. I will be getting rid of those comments. So please be respectful. Do not spoil in the comments. This is only for season 1. Your opinions on season 1, that kind of stuff. Please be respectful so other people can enjoy this without having to worry about spoilers for season 2. In case they want to be with us on that whole thing. We will be doing a episode on season 2, probably in November, because then all the episodes will be out and we can binge them. So not actually November. It will probably be
December, January.
The December episode. So that way we can film it. We'll be filming it in November and getting it edited in time for the December release. So we're going to say it's probably December, but just in case it's not, it will be definitely by the end before some point in the new year when that happens. Yeah. We 100% will be doing the second season. I promise you that. I cannot wait to start watching it, and I'm a binger, so I will wait. Unlike Kenn, who's already started watching it.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I didn't realize I was in season 2 when I was watching it.
But yes, so also we will be doing, so next week, or not next week. Well, technically kind of next week, but not really.
What is next week?
Is that we need to start watching the next anime, and our next anime is Dead Parade. I did say that right? Death Parade? Death Parade. Yes. My bad. Yes. My bad. I can delete these notes now. Fuck you, notes. I'm like, have this long list of notes that is literally just for this. So yes, so we will be doing Death Parade is going to be the next anime we do. It's a short one, so we can kind of get our filming times more accurate for when we want to release, and we can manage that schedule a little bit more, so we have more time to watch the anime, so we can have longer anime. Right now they're all short, so we can manage that and get that back on track. As soon as we get that back on track, we will do more full anime, if you will, or like actual like 24 episode kind of anime again, but we can't right now because we're trying to manage it around our schedules. I might be able to get that many episodes done in like a week or two. Ken
I cannot.
definitely not.
I don't have the attention span for it.
I'm an anime freak though, so it doesn't surprise me if I would do that. So yes, so we are trying to kind of manage that around, but the idea is that we would have a whole month to watch that whole season.
Mhm.
And right now with the schedule we're doing, we have about 2 to 3 weeks to watch this
Yeah.
to get it.
But there's only 12 episodes, so it's
Yes, so it's a short. It's another
um,
short anime, but yes, we're trying to get caught up so that way we can make it a whole month to do the seasons,
yeah.
so we can actually get them filmed when we want them filmed. So I have more time to edit them to make these podcasts better for you guys. So, yeah.
I actually host watch parties in Wildcard's Discord server, which there will be a link to that in the YouTube bio below. But that is a bio.
It's technically the description, but yeah,
Is it
you
a
get the
description?
idea. It's down
Yeah.
below.
Okay. Yeah, the
It's
down below part. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know things.
it's down
But yeah,
below,
it'll be
guys.
it's down below. There'll be a link to that Discord. I will put it in the updates when the watch parties will be happening. In these watch parties, I will play the whole season of the anime that we were watching. Last month, I did the whole season in one sitting for 5 hours. That probably will not happen again. I will probably split it up.
At
Because
least
that was,
two, maybe
yeah,
more, depending on how
yeah.
long
Because I'm not gonna
it
lie, that was
is.
kind of torturous.
It
So,
was. It was so like it was good, but like ah.
yeah. Like my attention span by the end of it was like dwindling. So it'll probably get split up into like 2 or 3 pieces depending how long the anime is and
Yeah.
how
So
I'm
like
feeling that
we'll
day.
probably do like a eight episode limit to it.
Yeah.
So that way, like, depend again. It depends on how long each episode is. If it's a
Hmm.
longer, like each episode is longer, then we might cut that back even more. But we'll probably have it at like a 8 episode limit per watch party.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to be a part of that, stay tuned. Those will be live. We will not be posting that because of copyright reasons.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to join that, it will be at 5, normally starting around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when they
On
are.
yeah, probably on a Saturday, most likely.
Probably Saturdays.
Yeah.
But yes, so again, if you guys are interested in that, check out my Discord. Links to that's down below. And we will make announcements every time we do one of them. And if you
Hmm.
guys want to join in, we will be there. Or at least one of us will be. So if you guys want to
Yes.
chat with us kind of while we're doing it, we hopefully will have already seen the anime by then. And all that is for us to take extra notes so we can note down like anything for our podcast before we film it. So, yeah, feel free to check that out. That's all the anime tea we have for you today. Be sure to like and comment if you enjoyed today's podcast. Let us know what you thought of The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 1. Next month, we'll be discussing Death Parade, which can be found on both Crunchyroll and Funimation if you'd like to join us. If you enjoy our content, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell for notifications.
Feel free to check us out here. You can also find the links to those down below. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Ta-ta for now.